All right, welcome back. So today I want to make a video very similarly to my last video. This is kind of the sequel to the last video that I made about reality is only a mirror when it comes to manifestation. And in that video, I said things like, hey, if you're someone who says, I am a person who is trying to manifest, I'm a person who is doing this to manifest, I'm a person who is trying, I'm a person who might even be waiting for my manifestation, you're gonna always be that person, and the manifestation it's not really gonna be here, because again, you only manifest your identity because reality is only a mirror of your dominant thoughts. And your dominant thoughts, if it happens to be, I am affirming to get what I want, I am doing this to get what I want, that it will be reflected and you won't ever really get it. And that is a big problem I'm seeing with a lot of my clients and a lot of you guys in the comment section. Today's going to be an extension of that, but it's going to be more so about victim mentality. And again, if you do want to get into like how to defeat the thing I just said about like doing techniques to manifest and being a person who is aware that the fact that they're doing techniques to manifest and they're trying to get in, they're waiting to get there, watch yesterday's video. This is going to be a bit of a sequel to that, but it's not going to be on that. So if you do want to have interested in that, check out yesterday's video. Today's going to be more about victim mentality when it comes to manifestation, and how your victim mentality might be the more core problem with a lot of you guys, even though for most of you guys, your core problem is wavering. But some of you also have a pretty victim mentality that is really squeezing you dry when it comes to manifestation. So today we're going to talk about that. Either way, let's get into it. Before this video starts, make sure to like and subscribe. If you do want to have coaching with me, you can check out the bottom link in the description down below. Again, you get to stay there for a full month. I know it's expensive down there, but again, you get to stay there for a full month, not just a few phone calls, not just a few emails, 1 full month of coaching with me. And I can really understand your circumstances and really, I can understand and talk to you guys for a full month basically, and I can really help you guys out. So if you do want to have coaching with me, you can check out the bottom link in the description down below at school.com. Anyways, let's get into the video. So when it comes to victim mentality, it's probably the number one thing that you have to get rid of immediately. Because at the end of the day, your reality is a mirror, and if you're saying that you are a victim and this is not going to work out and nothing ever works out for you and you're just incredibly unlucky and the world only happens to you, and even when it comes to the manifestation side, like those are more like, the examples I just gave are more like secular materialistic examples. But if you even want to look at it from the manifestation Neville Goddard perspective, if your belief is that manifestation works out for everyone else besides you, guess what? That is an affirmation, and that is a manifestation that you have perfectly manifested for yourself, because you manifest everything, believe it or not. I don't know how many times I have to repeat that. So even that, like if you're someone who is like, I look at all the YouTube comments of other people's videos, and I look at all these Reddit stories, and I look at TikTok comment sections, and I look at Twitter law of assumption community, and everyone's just getting their desire, but me, I am so special, and not special in a good way. I mean special, not even like special needs, but like special in like the super unlucky sense. I am super unlucky when it comes to manifestation, that manifestation literally works out for everyone. And when I go to other people's comment sections, I'm actively looking for the few people who haven't manifested their desires and are having a hard time, and I can connect with them a bit more, and I can be like, maybe it's not just me. Maybe I'm not alone in this manifestation block, this hole that I'm in. These are all things you cannot do. These are all like victim mentality things. And I hate to say this, And I know a lot of people who I've coached, they are a little bit angry with me at times because I don't really care that much, because I'm not really going to tell you what you want to hear. I've even told many of you guys, listen, I'm your manifestation coach. I am not your counselor. I've said that many, many times. I am your manifestation coach. I'm here to help you get your desire. I'm not here to tell you it's okay to think as a victim. It's okay to think you're so unlucky. I'm saying no. It's the exact opposite. I would actually argue if you're someone who blames yourself for everything, that is actually better than the person who is always in a victim mindset and be like, I'm just so unlucky and it takes so much time for me and I just can't be that person who gets their desire very quickly. And meanwhile, you have all these other people all over the manifestation law of assumption community in particular, not the stupid law of attraction community, but the law of assumption community, where so many people are like, holy crap, I'm not just a manifester. I didn't just prove the manifestation is real. I can manifest at lightning speed. I can manifest the lottery wins at lightning speed. I can manifest relationships in lightning speed. And there's so many success stories. These people just are outlapping you. And even Joseph Murphy said, like, when you see people who are succeeding, your goal is to get to a state where you're not jealous of them and you're happy for them. Because you yourself should also be that person who can get their manifestation at lightning speed. Then you won't be jealous of them. You won't be like, maybe they deserve more or they don't deserve that and I deserve that. Like, you need to get rid of all of these victim mentality thoughts. They all need to go out the window. You have to fully reject your victim mentality. You have to be the person or again, think as if the person that can manifest really fast, that is very lucky, that is very deserving, that is very, beautiful if you are trying to manifest that is very lucky when it comes to money, very lucky when it comes to normal everyday life things. Like, you need to think like that person. But some of you guys just can't do that. And that's why you should probably affirm to get these things. A lot of you guys don't want to do that. A lot of you guys are really happy with your victim mentality. A lot of you guys are really happy. Like, dude, there are some of you, I'll be honest, there are some of you who I can tell you guys don't want manifestation to be true. You don't want to manifest your desire. You are very comfortable living in your victim mentality. And you want to give yourself the response of like, I knew it was too good to be true. I knew I didn't deserve this. I knew I couldn't get this. And you have that spitefulness, and it's just disgusting and it's self-destruction in a way. Because you can have the dream life, but you would rather stay in comfortable mode, which is a path of self-destruction and not living your dream life to just living a normal life and probably an unlucky life, or else you wouldn't even be on this channel. Some of you guys, I can tell, don't even try. Some of you guys really don't even want this to be true. This is all victim mentality. You don't want this to be true. You don't want to try because you want to have the feeling of justification and rationality that you can lash out at the world, and you can feel unlucky and you can feel more pathetic and you can feel justified in your patheticness. I know this sounds a bit rude, but some of you guys are in that hole. I can tell. And it's not just me. I'm pretty sure we can all tell. We can all go through manifestation comment sections and just see the people who are just negative Nancy's, who are not even going to give this a shot. They want this to not be true. They think that every success story is fake somehow. They think that Neville is fake, even though he said this like 100 years ago. They think Jesus is fake, who said this 2,000 years ago when he was saying things like, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have already received it, it shall be yours. They think Plato and Carl Jung and Hermetic philosophy, like these things that we've had for thousands of years, which is a fact. I know a lot of you guys don't like hearing that fact because the manifestation community got pushed out through almost like atheism, like Western society, and people have this idea that manifestation is a new thing. It's not a new thing. I know it seems new because the propaganda of Charles Darwin, that we're not special and all this stupid nonsense that Western propaganda is. But throughout most of human history, like, this is a fact. Like, we've always known that it's mind over matter. We've always known it is mind over matter. It's only after Charles Darwin we started saying it's matter over mind. And that's all BS. That's all literally BS. But overall, like, there are people who, the point I was trying to make, there are people who believe that all these success stories are all lies, and Neville's a lie, and Jesus is a lie, and Plato is a lie, and Hermetic philosophy is a lie, and like these ancient Greeks and Egyptian philosophers, like, they're all lying. Like, these people believe all of this is a lie. They don't believe it. They want to believe it. Why? Because they feel comfortable being negative, and they feel comfortable being victims, and they don't want this to be true. They want to do the I told you so. And some of you, again, those are the more like evil people. Some of you people, you guys want this to be true, but deep down you don't want this to be true. Like, you want it to be true in the sense that, like, yes, I hope it's real, but you believe that you're more pragmatic, and you're like, I don't really want this to be true because, like, I'm very comfortable in my victim mentality. I'm sorry if I'm sweating again because it's so hot here. Sorry if I'm sweating. But yeah, like, some of you guys, I can tell you don't want it to be true because you're so comfortable being the victim. You have to ignore this. You have to remove victim mentality. If you want to get your desire, I imagine your end goal isn't to be a victim. Your end goal is either to live with your SP or have the money, which is like 99% of you guys want one of those two things. These are not things that victims do. I don't think anyone is manifesting being a victim of domestic abuse. Okay, I don't think anyone is trying to do that. I don't think anyone is trying to manifest them being a victim of homelessness. I just don't think that. I don't think anyone wants to be the victim. So stop that. You guys don't even want to do that in the first place. No one's manifesting to be the victim. You're manifesting to be a winner, whether that is winning in money or winning in relationships. But either way, like, in order to get there, either to get into the winning mindset, you do need to remove the victim mentality. You have to stop saying this is not going to work out for me. You have to stop saying it works for everyone besides me. You have to stop saying I'm very unlucky. You actually have to flip those thoughts and go the other way. You have to stop saying, well, I might be able to manifest, but my manifestations take 2 months while others take a week. It's like, no, that's a rule that you put on yourself. That's an affirmation you just told. Because again, everything you say is an affirmation. That's an affirmation right there. So start moving the needle. Say, no, I manifest very quickly. And I'm one of the luckiest people in the Law of Assumption community. Like, whenever I see Law of Assumption comment sections, I know I'm the luckiest person there. Like, I can manifest just as, like, the people are asking me questions in the comment section how to manifest quickly. That's how confident I am. Like, again, not me. I'm talking about, like, you guys. That's like the area that you should be. That's the mentality that you should have. So when it comes to stuff like this, you have to get rid of victim mentality. And not just victim mentality, even when it comes to manifestation, victim mentality overall needs to be evaporated. Victim mentality when it comes to the West, especially the West, like Western civilization, there's a pretty big victim mentality problem with a lot of people who they pretend that they're the victim of everything. Victim mentality is real. They dwell in something bad that happened to them 10 years ago, and that's all they got. That's their only identity. Their identity is that they're the victim. Like, that's a more material way of looking at it. Again, I can talk about that maybe like in the future or something, but when it comes to manifestation, again, you also have to get rid of your victim mentality. But even if you are an atheist or you're a materialist at the very least, even these people who are outside of the spiritually awakened community, even these people need to get rid of their victim mentality. They need to stop dwelling in stuff that went wrong in their life 10 years ago and stop blaming the world and stop lashing out on the world and take some blame for themselves. So even victim mentality is not just a problem in the Law of Assumption community. It's also a problem overall, especially in the West, where a lot of people claim to be the victim. And again, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm very left-wing on some of these things. Like, when it comes to like people being the victim, I'm very left-wing, like not like more liberal about it. I'm more like liberal about stuff like that. I can fully understand that people's circumstances are hard. I can wish I can help them with that. And this, so like, I'm not one of those like right-wing people, those conservatives who say like everything is just a victim. Everyone wants to be the victim and they don't want to take any responsibility and they don't want to work hard. I'm not even one of those like boomer right-wing MAGA people. I'm even someone who is like more liberal when it comes to victims. Even I can still admit that there's a big problem with victim mentality in the United States or the West overall when it comes to things like this. People blaming, people's only identity is their victimness. That's all they got. They're just a victim. That's it. But that's more of, again, that's more of like a political, materialistic, secular way of looking at it. But even in the law of assumption community, which again is the point of today's video, there's also a problem there when it comes to the law of assumption community. So either way, when it comes to law of assumption or again, materialism, but especially when it comes to law of assumption, because I am a law of assumption coach, you do need to get rid of your victim mentality. Please do that. Please get rid of your victim mentality. Stop saying you're unlucky. Stop saying it's not working out for you. Stop saying even if it does work out for me, it takes 2 months. These are all victim mentality, or at least they're all in the umbrella of victim mentality. You need to get rid of all of this. All of this. Get rid of it all. But yeah, anyways, hopefully that video helped you. Again, if it didn't help you, you can check out the bottom link in the description down below at school.com. You get to stay there for a full month. You can get coaching with me for a full month. Again, it's expensive, but a full month of coaching with me, it's a lot better than what these other coaches offer. Again, not just a few phone calls, not just a few text messages, not just a few emails, 1 full month of coaching with me at school.com. Again, it's the bottom link in the description. So check that out. Outside of that, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, bye.